Good evening, everyone. I am John Mark Naparam, and I will discuss about school as a learning community. So, the objectives of this lesson is to discuss the basic concepts of school system and how they impact individual learners, classrooms, schools, and larger community. Next is to describe social interactions and their importance in building harmonious relationship with the wider school community. So now, what is school as a learning community? Learning community is one in which all members acquire new ideas and concepts, responsibility for making the organizational work. The educational leader's task is to change the goals of the organization uh, the, so that learning is rewarded for all participants. Broadly speaking, learning communities are theorized to lead to improved academic outcomes by fostering stronger connections among students and between students and faculty, integrating students into campus life, and providing a more engaging academic environment. So, next, what is the role of the school in the community? Schools exist within communities. The relationships between schools and communities influence children's transition to school and their ongoing connection with the school. Communities with high levels of social capital provide a both structural and social support for families and children at times of transition. Next is, what are the characteristics of learning communities? The learning communities recognizes that education is a social endeavor benefiting all its members individually and collectively. And a strong learning community sets the ambience for life-giving and uplifting experiences necessary to advance an individual and all its members. Common relational characteristics of learning communities are: first, sense of belonging. Next is interdependence or reliance among the members. Third is trust among members. And last is to have faith or trust in the shared purpose of community. This according to Lenin and Ebers in 1999. So, sense of belonging. So, students, as we say, the school is their second home. There, it is important that they feel that they are one of them, one of the students, and find where they belong. Next is reliance. Reliance among the members. So it is important that every student rely not not only on their own but also to the others, especially to their classmates, teachers, and faculty. Third is to trust. Trust is very important, of course. Next is, the last, faith or trust. So that's the characteristics. And now let's go to the community of practice. So, what is a community of practice? A community of practice, or COP, is a group of people who share a common concern, a set of problems, or an interest in a topic and who come together to fulfill both individual and group goals. Communities of practice often focus on sharing best practices and creating new knowledge to advance a domain of professional practice. Interaction on an ongoing basis is an important part of this. Many community of practice rely on face-to-face meetings as well as web-based collaborative environment and communicate. Like for example today that we are in online class. So we use internet to connect and to share. So next is the types of community of practice. Community of practice are increasingly being used to improve knowledge management and connect people within business, government, education, and other organizations. The design of the community will look different depending on the purpose and needs of the participants. So now, there are four basic types of communities. First is the helping communities. Helping communities provide a forum for our community members to help each other with everyday work needs. Second is best practice communities. Best practice communities develop and disseminate best practices, guidelines, and strategies for their members to use. Third is the knowledge stewarding communities. So these communities organize, manage, and steward a body of knowledge from which community members can draw. And last is innovation communities. Innovation communities can create breakthrough ideas, new knowledge, and new practices. Now, why community of practice are important? So why? According to Wenger 1998, community of practice provide five critical functions, and that is to educate. Educate by collecting and sharing information related to a question and issues of practice. Second is to support. Support by organizing interactions and collaboration among members. Third is to cultivate. Cultivate by assisting groups to start and sustain their learning. Fourth is to encourage. Encourage by promoting promoting the work of members through discussion and sharing. And last is to integrate. Integrate by encouraging members to use their new knowledge for real change in their own work. Community of practice are important as a professional learning strategy because they have the ability or they have the potential to first connect people. So it can connect people who might not otherwise have the opportunity to interact either as frequently or at all. Second is they can provide a shared context for people to communicate and share information, stories, and personal experiences in a way that builds understanding and insight. Third is to enable dialogue between people who come together to explore new possibilities, uh, solve challenging problems, and create new, mutually and beneficial opportunities. Fourth is to stimulate learning by serving as a vehicle for authentic communication, mentoring, coaching, and self-reflection. Fifth is to capture and share existing knowledge to help people improve their practice by providing a forum to identify solutions to a common problems and a process to collect and evaluate best practices. Next is to introduce a collaborative process to groups and organizations to encourage the free flow of ideas and exchange of information. Next is to help people organize. So, around purposeful actions that develop tangible results. And lastly, they can generate new knowledge to help people transform their practice and to accommodate changes in needs and technologies. So now, let's go to Learning Action Cell or the SLAC. So what is the SLAC? So it is a session conducted by are conducted by a group of teachers who engage in collaborative learning sessions to solve shared challenges encountered in school. Uh, s- Such challenges may include learner diversity and student inclusion, content and pedagogy, assessment and reporting, and 21st century skills and ICT integration. In-depth ed envisions that SLAC sessions will serve as school-based continuing professional development strategy for the improvement of teaching and learning. So, why is it important? SLAC sessions, facilitated by a designated SLAC leader, have proven to be effective in engaging a group of teachers in collaborating and solving shared challenges. So, SLAC sessions encourage critical reflection amongst teachers, which increases the understanding and knowledge of the curriculum and classroom practices. So now, why is it important for the teachers to learn? Or what is the importance of learning action self or teacher? In this policy, the DepEd is institutionalized learning action cell or the SLAC that aim to develop and support successful teachers by nurturing their knowledge, attitudes, and competencies in terms of curriculum, instruction, and assessment in their workstations. So SLAC is very important for teachers in order for them to develop and gain more knowledge and experience to facilitate and or to be more accurate in their lessons to implement inside their classroom. Also, by learning this, they can make a positive environment inside their classroom and enjoy their students will enjoy learning and uh, yeah learning. So that's the end of my topic. So thank you again. I am John Mark Raparam, signing off.